Do fears sometimes control your life? Listen to this story. Years ago, I was talking with a friend of mine, and she told me she was thinking about moving. I was pretty surprised because she seemed to really love the city in which she lived. So we talked about it for a while, and when we got down to it, I found out that the real reason she was planning to move out of the city she loved was because she was really fearing bumping into someone that she'd had some bad encounters with years before. I asked her, what's the worst case scenario? What's the worst that could happen if you bumped into her at a store or a restaurant? Well, she replied, well, she might come up to me and rant and rave and make a big scene. I said, okay, yeah, that would be really embarrassing. What are some other things that could happen? It took her a bit, but then she said, well, she might see me at a store or restaurant or something and give me a dirty look, but then leave me alone. I said, okay, well, that wouldn't be too bad, right? What's something else that could happen then? She thought for a while, and then she said, well, she actually might just avoid me. She might see me and walk the other way. That would be fine with me, she said. Okay, I said, so let's put some percentages to those. What's the likelihood that if you bumped into her, she'd go into full rant and rave mode? 10%, she said. What about if she were to give you a dirty look? Again, she said, probably 10%. Okay, I said, and what about avoid you? She said, probably 80%. So I said, you're thinking about moving out of a city you love because this person might be in a store or restaurant at the same time as you and might, 10% chance, rant and rave? She smiled and said, well, it does seem kind of silly when you put it like that. But I wanted to go a little further. So I said, so what would happen if she did come up to you and rant and rave? What could you do? I wanted her to see that she actually had some power and control in this situation. She said, well, I could just walk away. I don't have to put up with that. Okay, I said, so is there any reason you have to go through all the trouble of packing up your house, selling it, and moving to a whole nother city? Absolutely not, she said. Sometimes we let our fears get the best of us. Sometimes we water them, we fertilize them, we help them grow way beyond what they should be. But when we look at things calmly, rationally, and then realize, even if the worst case scenario occurred, we might have the power to handle it anyway, then we realize we don't have to let fear control us. We control us. I'm a licensed professional counselor and coach, and if I can help, let me know.